Hold it.
It's already recording.
Oh no.
Okay. The class needs to stop and pay attention to Lizzie's awesome story.
There once was a little jackrabbit who was different from all the others. While his brothers and sisters jumped and played in the wild desert, he always seemed to trip and fall over sticks and rocks, or even himself. One day he came to his mother and said, "Mom, why am I so clumsy?" His mother just sighed and told him she loved him, so he hopped along. The very next day, his brother invited him to play. "Oh yes," Jackrabbit yelled, but as he played with the siblings, he tripped and fell over again and again. He soon wandered away, but then an interesting smell caught his nose. Being the curious little rabbit he was, he tumbled and hopped over until he came across a big cave. But before he could go in, his mother called him back. She had him come into the small cave his family lived in, and his mother told him to set up the table by giving everyone a cup of water. He did, but as he filled the last cup, he knocked over all the other cups, and the water went all over the floor. "Oh no," he cried. He backed up against the wall and looked at the mess he had made. But then he accidentally knocked over a bowl of decorative porcupine quills. "Oh my," he yelled, careful not to step on them. He looked up to see his siblings and his mother all angry at him with scowls on their faces. But before they could speak, he hopped away to the front of his home, and he sniffled and was ashamed of his clumsiness. Minutes later, he wiped away his tears and caught a familiar scent. He once again hopped towards it and saw the cave where the smell was coming from. Then the smell grew stronger and stronger until it happened. A large coyote came bursting out of the cave. The little jackrabbit yelled, "Mother, mother," as the coyote chased him down. "Help," he cried. Just then he arrived at his home. He scurried inside, thinking he was safe, but to his horror, the coyote was able to come inside. His siblings and mother screamed as the coyote came in, licking his lips, but little jackrabbit was behind. He hopped over the spilt water they had spilled earlier, but the big coyote was not careful and he slipped over the water, injuring one of his legs, but that didn't stop him. Jackrabbit stepped carefully over all the porcupine quills, but Coyote was not careful, and he poked all his paws. The coyote was almost ready to give up, but even with splinters in his paws, he decided not to. He chased Jackrabbit and his family, wanting to eat them, and Jackrabbit was still behind. The family soon met a dead end in the home, and they were unable to go anywhere. The coyote was close, still chasing Jackrabbit, but then when Jackrabbit thought his family had no hope, he tripped over his clumsy self and landed on the floor, which caused Coyote to trip over him. Feeling lots of pain, the coyote gave up. He couldn't run. He leaped away into the desert, never to be seen again. Jackrabbit got up as his family cheered. "You saved us, Jackrabbit," his sister cried happily. "I did," Jackrabbit said, confused. His mother spoke. "Jackrabbit, you may be clumsy, but in the end it saved us all." So Jackrabbit lived out the rest of his days happy and grateful for his clumsiness, and he told the story to his children about how he defeated a great big wolf. Coyote. Coyote.
So what do you think the lesson was about the jackrabbit and the coyote?
I think the lesson might be, even if you have something like wrong with you, there's always a positive, not just negatives.
No.
Positive?
Is it like power comes from the most unlikely places or something?
No. Hate?
Your flaws are the best thing about you.
What else? No. Okay, can I tell him that? The lesson was that your mistakes can be good.
Your mistakes can be good.
Valuable.